Welcome to FutureFare. I'm very excited to be able to make some opening comments here. It's amazing that FutureFare in 5 short years has really become a must-attend event. And it's sort of nostalgic for me to be standing up here on this podium at the Palomino Room, given that I was the past president and chairman of the board of the Calgary Stampede. So even though I'm very nervous still, I have spoken at this location before. Now, FutureFare gives us a chance to reflect on the past year and past achievements and look forward. And it's an opportunity to exchange information, ideas, and communicate. Now, some of the folks that I was going to introduce may not be here. I haven't seen Mr. Ando yet from the Japanese consulate. I know he and Mr. Proshi Shin are coming. I do know that Greg Bowie and Rich Smith and Larry Delver are here from ABP. Paige Stewart and Brian Walton from the cattle feeders are here. Darcy Fitzgerald from Alberta Pork. There you are, exactly, great. We've got the elk producers, the lamb producers. I know we've got Alberta Milk, Tom Koopstra, egg farmers of Alberta, and the turkey producers. And I think folks from Cargill and Ole Mill are here. So we have several media, but I may thank them at the end of the day as they get here. And of course, lots of academics, and I don't say that in a derogatory sense, because academics know more than all of us, and they're generally not that condescending. But from U of A, U of L, OLS, Lethbridge, as I stated, SAIT, U of A, and UBC as well. I would like to introduce some of our board members who are here. And I'd like them to stand up because it's great to mingle and interact with them. John Scott, all the way from Niagara Falls. There's John. Thank you for coming, John. Ann Wasco from East End, Saskatchewan. There you are, Ann. Jürgen Preuches from, well, northwest of Edmonton. There you go. Now, Ted Billier is going to get here later. I don't think he's here yet. And Kim McConnell just arrived. He gave me a heart attack this morning. I was trying to call him on his cell, and here he is. He's got an integral role later. Alberta's meat, and I've got to figure this out here. There we go. Alberta's meat and livestock industry can have its challenges, but it is diverse, it is vibrant, and it has a world of opportunities. And that's what we're going to talk about today. ALMA, through its programs and strategic goals, helps the industry by being a catalyst to drive activities in this sector forward. It's important to note that ALMA's goals are aligned very closely in our strategic plan with the Department of Agriculture and Forestry. And that was not by coercion. That developed out of independent thought. But you can review what our goals are: increased customer access and market development, enabled product differentiation, enhanced productivity, and the hot topic these days, sustained development. Now, Canada is absolutely in a position of strength to be a major global leader because of our superior meat quality and the abundance of natural resources, including water, although we can use more rain in many parts of the province, and large, pristine grasslands. If we take a global view, the world's population and meat consumption are increasing. And in a recent study, it has been demonstrated that the middle class in China alone between 2009 to 2030 will grow from 137 million people to 1 billion. And their earning power, by definition in this study, was they will grow from $10 a day to $100 a day. And I hope they'll use some of that cash to buy Alberta meat products. Obviously, market access is something that we focus on and pay attention to, and like the oil and gas industry, we cannot be tied to one large customer or market. As a result, we use our resources and our influence to try and move along access and competencies and capacity in other markets. And you see the key ones there: China, Japan, and Mexico. And of course, that big customer obviously is the United States. Now, as I said, we have some challenges, and if you look at these graphs, and there will be a presentation from Informa later today that'll flesh this out, but there's a real contrast between the global production, where we see increasing amounts of swine, poultry, and even beef, and compared to what's happening in Canada, we are seeing stagnant or flat or perhaps even declining growth in the beef and veal sector. So we need to be ahead of our competitors, and we need to explore the opportunities. Some of the challenges, in addition, that are identified is that we need to address labor, we need to address access to capital, and also succession planning in the primary producer operations so that the young folks can drive forward in a way that will put Canada's and Alberta's meat production at a competitive and growing rate. So we, through research, and I'm going to identify just two small, not small projects, but very important projects. Grow Safe, looking at feed intake measurement technology, is key to a lot of the research going forward. And of course, the work that DSM Nutritional Products and U of A did in order to reduce greenhouse gas emissions with the feed additive up to 20% is quite remarkable. All of this progress takes commitment. I certainly see the commitment in the great ALMA staff, who work hard to be a catalyst and work with many of you in the role so that our potential can be reached. I see the commitment in the people who come to ALMA for grants, those innovators who feel so strongly about their ideas, technology, and products. I see it in the processing plants that are expanding or enhancing their marketing opportunities and efficiencies with new equipment and processes. I see it in the research that continues to break new ground and demonstrates Alberta's ability to innovate and diversify, and things like improving animal welfare and food safety, which our consumers are looking for. And I'll just digress for a minute. I see Ted Billier enter the room, and a guy of his stature has to be recognized. Good morning, Ted. Did the alarm clock not work this morning, Ted? Okay, just bugging you. I see the commitment in the relationships that are developed around the world as all of you travel, looking for relationships to build the trust in opening our target markets. And actually, I see it here today in all of you making the effort to come. You know, this is a great opportunity to network. You're here listening, you're here presenting, communicating, asking challenging questions, and ALMA is glad to be providing a venue for this. So I'm proud to be a member of this team. As I said, I really want to recognize the ALMA staff that did all the work to get people together here. I'm honored to kick off FutureFare for 2015.